All right, latest rant. I love the UFC. I love mixed martial arts. So I've got two things to say about mixed martial arts in general, and then in relation to UFC. So there's obviously a bunch of MMA channels on YouTube that discuss all the latest news about the fighters and upcoming fights and events, and that's great. And then you've got all the pundits that review or preview and review fights. There's so many different channels. I'm not going to name any, right? But you know what I mean. And that's great. And I sit and watch them all and enjoy them. But I've noticed that there's one thing they don't talk about. Well, they talk about it occasionally, but to me, it's one of the largest factors that affects outcomes of fights, and that is someone's heart. It's someone's willingness to give their all to get the job done. Now, I'm going to give some examples, and again, I'm not trying to make these people feel bad or put them down. I'm just saying it's my personal opinion, right? So my humble opinion, if I said to you fighters like Johnny Hendricks or Anthony Pettis, those guys have struggled both with weight issues and in fights over the past year. Those guys were both former champions, and recently they've had a hard time both making weight and also winning fights. And to me, it boils down to, hold on, message. It boils down to the heart, how much they want to do it. Because there's a famous saying, 90% mental, 10% physical, and it goes along with anything. Whether you are a football player running trying to make a catch, and you push through the defenders, the corners, the safety to make that catch. Whether you are a soccer player jumping up to head the ball in a crowd of other players. Whether you are a soldier on a 10-mile speed march and you're exhausted. All those things, it's your brain and it's your spirit and your heart that push you through to get that shit done. And mixed martial arts is no different. You either want to do it and you want to give 100% effort to get it done, or if you're not in 110% effort and believe in yourself, you're just not going to do it. And I think that happens a lot in the UFC. It also bleeds into other fighters, and I can give multiple names, but a lot of former champions, some older guys. There comes a point where I've noticed in mixed martial arts in the UFC, a lot of those fighters, they appear to just be there to make a paycheck. And God bless them, right? They don't know anything else to do. Maybe they've got their own gym or have a regular proper job, and maybe they train, at some gym where they're based, and it's not that much money. So I appreciate, the prestige, the fan support, and the applause, and maybe even the paycheck is what drives them on. But they're not driven to be champions anymore, so they're never going to give, that full effort. And again, there's no way to resolve that problem. You cannot fix anybody that loses heart or loses the desire to be the top guy, or to not so much be the top guy, but to do what it takes to win the fight. So that's just my opinion. It's not really a rant. It's my opinion on the state of mixed martial arts. It's my favourite sport. I watch every fight going, whether it's Bellator and especially UFC, because most of the main fighters are there. If someone's lost their heart or lost their spirit, their will to win, that drive, then they're just treading water, and it shows. And like I said, I'm saying this because I believe a lot of the pundits and the folks on YouTube and even on TV that do the reviews of fights don't touch on that enough. To me, it's all about heart, right? If you're at that level, if you've got the skill set, if you've dedicated your life to martial arts, multiple disciplines, and you are getting it all together, the physical part of it should already be there. You're training, you've done it for years probably, you know how to diet properly. the question is how badly do you want it, right? That is the thing. So that's my issue with some of the reviewers and pundits that talk about fights. They don't touch on enough of the heart issue, the belief in oneself. The ultimate example of that is Conor McGregor. We all know Conor McGregor has got 100% belief in himself, and that to me is the upper echelon of that ability. Any high level athlete that is continually successful, same deal. Any soldier, special forces or not, that's gone through some horrible training, whether it's SEER, survival training, whether it's special forces training, that might be a natural gift from God to be cardiovascular strong, but the rest of it's all heart and all determination and all what goes on in here and the drive to win and the drive to succeed. So that's the biggest thing there. And now that then bleeds into my final point regarding UFC. I've watched UFC consistently since about the very first season of Ultimate Fighter. That's when I really got into UFC. What year that was that 04 or something, 05? So I've been in love with the sport and I've enjoyed watching UFC since that time. What I've noticed more and more this past couple of years, and especially since the transition to the new owners of UFC, and then also with the past couple of years with Reebok taking over the clothing element and not allowing the fighters to bring in their own sponsored gear. My opinion is this: you're going to see a lot of fighters leaving the UFC and going to Bellator. Now, right now, Bellator doesn't have quite the same money, but they've got a strong financial backing with a push to increase the numbers that are watching them. And I think with the ability for fighters to make money off their promotional sponsorship gear in the ring, the money they're going to lose out from their fight pay, they'll more than make up for in their sponsorship deals. And I'm going to say, unless the UFC changes things in the next couple of years, you may see the whole thing flip to whereby a lot of the main and best fighters are going to start being in Bellator. But time will tell. The current UFC ownership doesn't seem to be doing very much. They've let a lot of people go, and they've let a lot of really good, well-respected, well-loved people go over the recent year. The most recent one was the main UFC commentator who's been there for 20 years. Got cut loose. So that's just... Now he notoriously fuck up a lot with what he said, but he was funny, and his partnership with Joe Rogan was fantastic. So old Mike, you'll be missed, and it's a shame what they did. But like I said, to me, they're going to drive away a lot of the fans and a lot of the fighters by how they're operating right now. And I think in time you're going to see a lot of fighters switching to Bellator, both for financial stability and gain, as well as the whole respect thing. Anyway, that's my little rant. Probably the longest one yet for today. You guys take care.